Hello everyone, welcome back to the session. So in today's class we are going to start the very short answer questions. Okay, so far we have completed long answer questions as well as the short answer questions for both first year and second year. Okay, so in when it comes to the very short answer question, so this will be the critical area. Okay, as you all very well know, so the gaining of questions with respect to this very short answer question is a little bit tricky, but overall when you follow our session, a long answer question, short answer question and very short answer question, you can easily answer all those questions. Okay, so in today's class, the diversity of living world. Okay, so the short and very short answer questions of this diversity of living world, we are going to discuss about that. Okay, so followed by the digestion and absorption in the second year, right? Okay, so the first question will be biogenesis. Biogenesis means you should know that the word bio is always refers to life. Okay, genesis in the sense it refers to synthesis. Okay, so life synthesis. Okay, how the life is getting synthesized. So we are going to answer for the question biogenesis. Always have the habit of using the subheadings for whatever be the questions be, use the subheadings. Okay, like biogenesis. Okay, so life comes only from the life and not from non-living substances. This is called as a biogenesis. Okay, see here, life synthesis. Okay, so here the theory, the term biogenesis in the sense the life is coming only from the life and not from the non-living substances. Okay, so this is what the proper answer for this biogenesis. Okay, now what is trinomial nomenclature? Give an example. Okay, so we should know that, but before that you should know what is nomenclature. Nomenclature in the sense naming of the words. Okay, so this nomenclature is been two types, that is binomial nomenclature and trinomial nomenclature. Binomial nomenclature means the word has which means the name has two words, that is genus specific epithet and generic epithet. Okay, so two words has one name. Okay, a name has two words, so this is what binomial nomenclature. But here it is trinomial nomenclature. Okay, tri means three, nomenclature means name. Okay, so the name has three words. If it has three words, then it is called as a trinomial nomenclature. Okay, see here, this trinomial nomenclature is nothing but an extension. So this is the extension of the binomial system of nomenclature. So this is an extension. Okay, so this system permits the designation of subspecies with three-worded name called the trinomen. Okay, see here, there is a trinomial nomenclature system. Okay, see here, so what do we have studied with respect to the binomial nomenclature? Say for an example, Mangifera indica. Okay, so Mangifera means this is the genus name. Okay, Mangifera. Mangifera indica. Indica is the species name. Okay, so you should know this Mangifera is a genus, Indica is a species. Okay, this trinomial nomenclature has genus name, species name and subspecies name. Okay, as the name has three words, we can call them as the trinomial nomenclature. So as we have mentioned before, it is an extension of the binomial nomenclature. And also it has the designation of subspecies. So we have three worded names, so that is why this is trinomen. Okay, so the example will be Corvus splendens splendens. This is what a proper example for the trinomial nomenclature. Okay, now the third question will be, what is mean by tautonymy? Okay, what is mean by tautonymy? Give two examples. Okay, see here, tautonymy, the practice of naming animals where the generic name and the species name are the same. Okay, see here, say for an example, Naja Naja, Axis Axis. See, this Naja is a genus name and Naja is the species name. Both are the same. Okay, generic name as well as the species name, they are same. Okay, see this for we are having animals and plants. Okay, so we know that we are having animals as well as plants. Okay, in animals this tautonymy has been accepted. Okay, but in plants the genus name and species name has to be different. If it is same, it is not coming under the botanical nomenclature. The plants in naming, by whenever we are naming any plants, it should not accept the tautonymy. The genus and species name has to be different. Okay, but here in zoological nomenclature, when it comes to the animals, even though we if the generic and the species name are same, that should not be a bigger problem. Okay, see here the practice of naming animals, not plants, where the generic names and the species name are similar. Okay, naja naja, that is Indian cobra, axis axis, that is spotted deer. So this is what the proper answer for the question tautonymy, and the question has they have asked two examples. So okay, so that is why we have given the two examples. Now the next question will be differentiate between protostomia and deuterostomia. Okay, see here protostomia and deuterostomia, there is an important structure which is called as a blastophore. Okay, from this blastophore the mouth or anus will be formed. Okay, so if the blastophore develops into mouth before the formation of anus, we are calling this particular term as a protostomia. Okay, so if anus is formed from or near the blastophore before the mouth has been formed, then we can call them as a deuterostomia. So just simply know that if blastophore gives rise to a mouth, it is called as a protostome, and if the blastophore gives rise to an anus, it is called as a deuterostomia. Okay, so the example for protostomia will be annelids. That is, the common name for annelid is a segmented worm. Okay, so this is a phylum. Now deuterostomia examples will be the echinodermata. Okay, echinodermata, hemichordata and chordates. All these were coming under the deuterostomia. Okay, so if blastophore develops into mouth, it is protostomia. If blastophore gives rise to an anus, it is called as a deuterostomia. The example for protostomia will be annelids. If the example for deuterostomia will be the echinoderms. Okay, now the next question, what does IUZN stands for? IUZN means International Code for Zoological Nomenclature. The question can also be asked for ICBN. Okay, ICBN in the sense International Code of Botanical Nomenclature. So this ICBN is also called as the ICN. Okay, so International Code of Nomenclature. Either way they can ask the question. Okay, so here the question asking ICZ. Just know ICZ means International Code of. Often you confuse with the word of or for. Okay, so International Code of Zoological Nomenclature. If the question asked as ICBN, International Code of Botanical Nomenclature. Okay, now see here ICZN full form and in which book or threatened species enlisted. See, this question is very important. IUCN means International Union for the Conservation of Nature and natural resources. This is the proper abbreviation for this IUCN. See, this IUCN is the one releasing the book which is called as the Red Data Book. Okay, Red Data Book, and this Red Data Book has all the endangered or threatened species. Those species needs conservation. So all those species have been enlisted in this Red Data Book, and this Red Data Book will be published by the IUCN. Okay, International Union for the Conservation of Nature and Natural Resources. So this is the proper answer for this question. Now, so that's all about the very shorts in the diversity of living world in the first year. Okay, so now we are going to see about the very short questions in the digestion and absorption in the second year. Right, now the first question will be, give the dental formula of adult human beings. Okay, see here there is a dental formula for all the mammals. Okay, because dentition is a important characteristic features in the class mammalia, so you should know what will be the dental formula for the adult human beings, right? See here the dental formula will be 2123 divided by 2123. Okay, and this 2 is nothing but an incisors. Okay, the front teeth. One is canine. Okay, see here, consider this as an tongue. Okay, the incisors will be here. 1 minute. This is the tongue. There is a teeth here. See here, this is an incisor. The two incisors will be, this is incisor, this also an incisor. Okay, so this is the lower jaw. Okay, so in the lower jaw we are having two incisors. Okay, and here we are having one canine, and here we are having one canine. Okay, so one side one canine, right? So we have just, for now we are going to split one half only. Okay, so here we are having two premolars. Okay, here also we are having two premolars, and here we are having three molars. Okay, so one side we are having two incisors, one canine, one two premolars, and three molar. So this is what with respect to one side. Okay, so if it is in the both the sides, so we are having this side and upper side, and here also upper side. Okay, so 2 1 2 3 is totally we are having 2 plus 1 3, 3 plus 1 2 5, 5 plus 3 8. So 8 into 4, 8 fours are 32. So we are having 32 permanent teeth. Okay, see here, so we are having two types of teeth. One is milk teeth and another one is permanent teeth. This milk teeth is a teeth whenever we are when the teeth are evolving for the first time, developing for the first time. Okay, so after that all these milk teeth has been replaced by a permanent teeth, and this permanent teeth has two incisors, one canine, two premolar, and three molar. Okay, so one side we are having 8, so we are having this side and upper two sides, so we are having 4 sides. So 8 into 4 is 32. So we are having totally 32 teeth. Okay, 32 teeth. So that is why, see here, upper side 2 1 2 3 divided by 2 1 2 3. Okay, into 2 is equal to 32. So this is how we have to write the dental formula. Okay, this is what the dental formula for human beings. Okay, now the second question will be bile juice. Bile juice contains no digestive enzymes, yet it is important for digestion. How? See here, we know what is meant by digestion. Digestion means there will be the breakdown of complex molecules into simpler molecules. This is called as a digestion process. Okay, so because complex molecules is not directly absorbed by the cells, okay, for that it has to break first, and after that when it is converted into the smaller molecules, it has been easily absorbed by all the cells. Okay, so now what is this bile juice, how it is involving in digestion even though it has no digestive enzymes. Okay, first, you should know the word bile is always refers to liver. Okay, so the bile, what is the function of bile? Bile emulsifies fats. Emulsifies fat in the sense they are breaking these fats into tiny droplets. So this is what the process of emulsification. So emulsification is always related to emulsification of fats by the bile. Okay, see here. Next, this increases the surface area for lipase action, aiding for fat digestion. See here, the enzyme involving in digesting the protease is enzyme involving in digesting the proteins is protease. Enzymes involving in digesting the carbohydrates is salivary amylase. The enzyme involving in digesting the lipids or fats is lipases. Okay, so the enzyme is the fat has the capacity, fat can be easily digested by lipase, by why it has to emulsified by this bile. Okay, see here, what bile is doing, they are breaking the fats into tiny droplets. Now this bile is the one, as it is breaking into as it is breaking the fats into tiny droplets, now the bigger fat molecules will be in a smaller amount, which means smaller in size. So as it is converted into smaller in size, so it increases the surface area, so that it will be easy for lipases enzyme for the fat digestion further. Okay, so this is an important. It also neutralizes the stomach acid, creating an alkaline medium for intestinal enzymes. See here, the bile is not only increasing the surface area, and this is also neutralizes the stomach acid. See, we are having a stomach acid, and that acid is nothing but a hydrochloric acid, and this acid has acidic pH. Okay, now this bile is neutralizing the stomach acid. Okay, so as the bile is neutralizing the stomach acid, so this creates an alkaline medium in the intestine. Okay, so that the enzyme which is developing in the intestine will having the favorable condition for their growth. Okay, fine. So this is an important thing. Even though they are not having digestive enzymes, it is important for digestion. For the first thing, for the emulsification of fats. Emulsification of fats in the sense breaking down of fat molecules into tiny droplets. Okay. Now, as it is not only emulsifying the fats, it is also increasing the surface area for the lipid action, and it is neutralizing the stomach acid, and thus creating an alkaline medium in the intestinal enzymes. Okay. Now, the third question. What is chyme or chyme? Okay, see here, the food where we are taking the food. We are taking the food in the mouth. Whenever we are taking the food in the mouth, the teeth, we tend to chew. Okay, so as a result of this process chewing, the bigger particles will be breaking down into smaller particles. So as it is mixed with the saliva with salivary enzymes. Okay, so the food which is present in the mouth is called as a bolus. The food which is present in the mouth is called bolus, and the food which is present in the stomach is called as a chyme. Okay, so this chyme is a semi-fluid acidic mass, as a mass of partially digested food formed in the stomach after mixing with the gastric juice. See here, so what I have said before. See, whenever we are intaking the food now we tend to chew with the help of the teeth. Now the food is also mixed with the saliva, not only saliva, with the salivary enzymes. Okay, now like in the same way, whenever the food has been traveled through mouth, pharynx, esophagus, stomach, whenever it is reaching the stomach, it is now in the acidic mass. Why? Because the stomach is having an hydrochloric acid. Okay, the stomach having the hydrochloric acid. Now this chyme is an acidic mass. It is not completely digested food. Again, it is partially digested food. Okay, so this is formed in the stomach after it is mixing with the gastric juice. Okay, so the food which has been partially digested and it is mixed with the gastric juice, now this state is called as a chyme. Okay, so this is the important thing. Now the fourth question will be, name different types of papillae present on the tongue of the man. Okay, different types of papillae. What are all the different types of papillae? And papillae is nothing but a structure which is present on the tongue of human beings. Okay, so the first type will be the filiform and fungiform and the circumvallate and foliate. So these are all the four different types of papillae. Okay, so the first type will be filiform. The filiform will look like a thread. Okay, and there is no taste buds within it. Okay, there is no taste buds present in the tongue, and it is thread like in nature. Okay, so that type of papillae is filiform. Okay, so the next type will be the fungiform. So as it is, why it is called as a fungiform? Because this papillae is mushroom shaped. Okay, mushroom is coming under the category fungi, so that is why we are calling this particular type of papillae as fungiform papillae. Okay, and it contains the taste buds. Okay, see here, the filiform type of papillae, they didn't have any taste buds. The fungiform, they are in a mushroom shaped and they contain the taste buds. Okay, circumvallate is very large. Okay, circumvallate is very large, and it is V-shaped row at back. Taste buds are here. Here it is present. Okay, circumvallate, here also the taste buds is present. See, except a filiform, all other types are having a taste buds. Now foliate. Foliate means it is a leaf-like folds on sides. Taste buds active in children. See here, foliate means leaf-like folds on the sides, and here also the taste buds are active in the children. Okay, so these are all the 4 different types of papillae. So the next question will be, what is the hardest substance in the human body? What is its origin? Hardest substance, there is no point of confusing here. The hardest substance is the enamel of the teeth. Okay, the teeth enamel, the teeth is covered by an extra layer, and that layer is called as an enamel, and this is the hardest substances. Okay, now how this enamel is secreted. Okay, so this enamel is secreted by ameloblast of ectodermal origin during the tooth development. Okay, see here, this harder substance, this enamel is secreted by the ameloblast. Okay, so this ameloblast is present in the ectodermal, which means it is an ectodermal origin. So we are having 3 different types of germinal layers: ectoderm, endoderm and mesoderm. And these ameloblasts are in the are originating from the outer layer, that is ectoderm, during the tooth development. See here, this enamel is the hardest substance. It is secreted by the ameloblast, and this ameloblast is of ectodermal origin during the teeth development. So this is what the proper answer for this question. Okay, now the last question is the next question will be, name the structure of the gut which is vestigial in human beings but well developed in the herbivores, and mention the types of tissue with which it is mostly formed. See here, first what do they have asked? Name the structure of gut which is vestigial in human beings. What is meant by vestigial? Vestigial in the sense their function is not necessary. Okay, so that structure has no function in the human body, and that is called as a vestigial organ. Okay, see, you should know that this vestigial means in earlier this ancestor is having that particular organ, and they are in that structure has its importance in the ancestor. Okay, and as the time goes on, see, say for an example, tail of human beings. Okay, so the embryo of human beings has tail. Okay, see, but the fetal has tail, but do we have tail now? No, but our ancestor is considered as an ape, primates. Okay, so they are having a tail, and we are considered that as an organ. The tail is functional in case of primates, but in humans, as we are having the ancestor of primates, now tail is not important for us. Okay, so earlier it is functional, that structure is important for their survival, but now it is not necessary for us. So that is what vestigial in nature. Okay, but our ancestor having the tail, and the tail has its importance in their body. Okay, so now what do we have any vestigial organ in human beings? Of course we do. The vermiform appendix. Okay, vermiform appendix arise from the cecum. Cecum is nothing but a large intestine. Is vestigial in human beings but well developed in the herbivores. Okay, so this is an important thing. Now this vermiform appendix is mostly made up of lymphoid tissue. Okay, so this will be the proper answer for this particular question. Okay, now the last question will be, distinguish between the absorption and assimilation. Okay, right, see, we are having absorption, we are having assimilation, we are having digestion, we are having egestion. Okay, see, first process is digestion. Okay, so the digestion means the complex molecules will be breaking down into the simple molecules. So this is what digestion. Next, the digestion is followed by absorption. All the digested foods, the small digested foods is getting absorbed by all other cells, and that process is called as a absorption. Okay, now the absorbed nutrients through the blood and the lymph, it has been taken by the cells or tissues. That process is called as an assimilation. See, we are having digestion, absorption and assimilation and egestion. Okay, See, digestion means breaking down of complex to simple molecules. Absorption means all the digested process has been absorbed by either blood or lymph. Okay. Now, all these absorb nutrients into the blood and the lymph that has been utilized by the body cells for their metabolism. That process is called as an assimilation. The undigested food has to be eliminated from the body. That process is called as an digestion. Okay, see here, absorption, the transfer of digested nutrients from intestine into the blood or the lymph. This is called as an absorption. Assimilation in the sense utilization of absorbed nutrients by body cells for energy, growth and repair. So this is what the process of absorption and assimilation. Okay, so in today's class we have completed the very short answer questions with respect to two chapters. Okay, one in the first year and another one in the second year. Okay, thank you so much.